Alright, looks like we're all good. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're all having a good one. Welcome back. Hello, Kick. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube. Alright. Let's turn this down just a smidge. Here up just a little bit. Okay. All right, chat. Well, we're still on that grind, but I've got a few usable pieces of gear now. I got a few more Decayed Skulls, LP2, unfortunately, but I mean, still usable. I ran like some more dungeons, some more Lightless Arbor. I have not found anything above a 2 LP. For these guys, nothing above a 2 LP. I've just found one. I found a 3 LP or Zeals. This is a great leveling unique. I think I got something that I can slam into it. Use this for Paladin. Decayed Skull, another great one. Inevitable, we're trying to get a good roll. So this will be our next slam. I'd love to use this one. Still on the hunt for some Shattered Chains. I think I found a 4 LP Snowblind earlier, like a couple days ago. Okay, so 1 LP Titans, no LP Titans. We got mountain stuff. So we actually found a really dosh garn good foot of the mountain, 2 LP. These go all the way up to 12 plus 12 to all attributes. We got 11, and then a 26% endurance out of 28. This could be a great unique to eventually, if I want to move away from Anchor of Oblivion, I can cap endurance with this and a ring, and then we're off to the races. But yeah, got a few different feet. We got a couple peaks. I've been using the Decayed Skull. I think Decayed Skull's fine. We're just lacking on some of the crit. But alright. Let's choose a timeline. Hey, what up, Steve? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good one. I need to think. What do I want out of monos? Which timeline's gonna have? Okay, so let's think about blessing. I think blessings I'm pretty good on. What timeline am I gonna get the most? Probably Follow the Empire. Follow the Empire is probably gonna have the most useful. Gloves drop rate. I think we got some prophecies. Let's take a look at prophecies before we commit. Elder Gaspar. Okay. And we can get some more boots from Elder Gaspar, so we could go there. Siege Golems. We can do that in the Black Sun timeline. I guess I should wait for... Oh. Hey, welcome back, Steve. Okay, so looks like we can go visit Elder Gaspar. We gotta kill some Siege Golems, which we can do in the Black Sun. Temporal Sanctum Keys, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, a lot of Siege Golem stuff, so we can do that in Black Sun. A lot of yeah, so it's looking like we gotta go Black Sun. And then Argentis. This can be in that can be Argentus as well. Last Ruin. Okay. So let's focus on prophecies first. So yeah, okay, so let's go to Argentus. I don't remember what our corruption was here. $277. That's not too bad, but let's try pushing it above 350. Yeah, let's push the corruption in this timeline above 350. Hey, what up, Jolteon? How's it going, man? Hey, Steve, did you make it back home? Like, I've been thinking about you, man. Like, were you able to fly out? I don't know if you're flying on Delta. I heard that they're still canceling a boatload of planes, flights. Oh, you're still in Arkansas? Man, I feel bad for you. You're still trapped in Arkansas. Hope I am well tonight. I am doing quite well, Jolteon. How about yourself? Very busy day. Had a very busy day, but feeling blessed. Yep, I was going home for the weekend. I'm here working this week. Oh, you're just going home for the weekend. Oh, and since you couldn't go home for the weekend, you're stuck. Got it. Oh my gosh, chat. We got our first 2LP Titanheart of the cycle. But no, and then you couldn't make it home. Yeah. Oh, dude, I spent all last cycle looking for a 2LP Titanheart. I didn't find it till the last week of the cycle. Oh, dude. I'll take that. Sure. We don't need that. I'll take that. Yeah, like I've been having such bad luck with these Titan Hearts. It's great. I could try and slam like health and strength or something on there. Throw this into the LP Titan Hearts. Oh, I'm just glad I found one earlier. Thank you guys. So we got to push corruption here, only because I like pushing corruption. I think farming at least 3 hundo. For the amount of items I want to get this cycle, farming at or above 300 is going to be the minimum for me. I don't think it's a requirement for everybody. But for me and what I want to do with prophecies, I got to be at least there. I would like to get a build to a point where I can comfortably farm 600 corruption with some efficiency. Oh, a 2LP Darkstride? I've never found a 2LP Darkstride ever. Let's take that. I'm at the point where I need to slam my gear, but I don't want to go in and brick it. Yeah, no. It's called decision paralysis. And it's a symptom of not finding enough stuff. You know what I'm saying? A vitality plate? Sure. Yeah, it's a symptom of only finding one or two pieces, and then you get decision paralysis, and all the what-ifs start happening. That's cured by having plenty of items to slam. Hey, what up, Tilron? How's it going? Hey, Bike, how's my Tuesday going? Well, Tuesdays are always busy because that's when I get my food order. So, got my food order today. It was very busy because there's just two of us in the kitchen this week. But we were able to make it work, and now I'm here streaming to you guys, having a grand old time. Going good for my part. Busy keeps you out of trouble. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so we got a 1 LP, a 2 LP Dark Stride. I'm very excited about this. Because with a 2 LP, I'll actually want to try and slam something like this into it. Right? I wish I could make a copy of this, but I can't. Yeah, I need to play more to slam more. Yeah, for sure, but Jolteon, are you playing Merchant's Guild or Circle of Fortune? Yeah, at that point, I mean, you mostly got to worry about having enough gold and then favor. So you just got to get yourself up to one build to farm enough favor. And then whatever build you want to play next, you can build around that. And, you can plan accordingly because you know you have a good chance of getting the items unless they're super hard to come by and they're really expensive on the market. Okay. Let's pull that out. Let's pull that out. Now we have these that we can slam. No LP. This has got LP. Let's just throw this into the relics tab. Let's pull that out. Let's throw this into this is the slamming tab. I'm gonna call this, because this is all stuff I wanna mess around with the Nemesis. Here we go. All right, yeah, let's mess around with this. Try and get 1 or 2 LP. Hey, I'll take more if they want to give it. Oh, yeah. These are new, right? Increase area will Rive. Oh, that's a good one right here. If you ever want to do like bleed hammers. Okay, where is Orbis? I guess we're not fully far away from Orbis. Yes, I know this is an arena echo. Boring as hell. You're immune to slow. These gloves seem okay. It's for Acolyte. Okay, here's our first Orbis. We could just go for it. We would be over 300 corruption. I say we take the time, go a little bit past that, look for a plus 8. Well, I don't know if they come in plus 8s, but like a plus 9. You got a plus 4 to strength? Really? Okay. Holy, what in the world? A triple tier 6 with a T5 sealed affix? Dang. Sure. Where you kill Orbis? You normally don't pick blessings from Orbis.
I cannot do that.
The Lord is unpredictable. I was trying to protect everyone.
Yeah, the Shade of Orbis, you know, normally you have to generally kill the timeline boss, not Orbis. Yeah. Yeah. Orbis doesn't give blessings. You hate the big fat Harbinger? Oh yeah, that Harbinger is annoying. You're right, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's fun getting two tapped. Yeah, did you kill the timeline boss?
I cannot do that.
Not the gaze, the other guy. Okay, which timeline are you in? Oh, that guy doesn't get the with the little temple echo? Okay, hold up.
I cannot do that.
I have no idea what you're talking about now. Okay, so are you talking about this? Did you do this? Is this the Temple Echo and you got to fight the Temple Guardians? And there's like 5 of them and you kind of fight them one at a time? QB1 with the raid. Thank you so much, QB. I appreciate it. Give you a shout out there. Evening, brother. How goes the build tonight? It's going all right. It's going just fine, sir. How are you doing? Currently answering a question. We're trying to push the corruption in this timeline. We want to be at 300 plus. We're playing Swordcatcher Rive. Which basically we're using this new axe that got introduced into the game called Swordcatcher. It's got a lot of possibilities. Has a ton of possibilities. It gives +5 to all your melee attacks. And then it gives you flat damage on top of the 130 flat that you get from it being a Bardiche. And then you have a chance to parry attacks. And when you parry an attack, you gain Frenzy. And while you have Frenzy, you get even more damage. And the effectiveness of Frenzy is increased. And Frenzy is the attack speed one. So one way I figured on using this is we also put Frenzy on our boots whenever we use a traversal skill. Fast strikes. Yeah. So whenever we use Void Cleave to close the gap, we've turned Void Cleave into a traversal skill. And whenever we use a traversal skill, we gain Frenzy, which means we gain damage. So it's a reliable way to proc Frenzy. And so we're using a two-handed weapon while still attacking really fast and doing decent damage. I'm still playing around with Rive to see what I like. Because you see, since this gives +5 to all my melee attacks, QB1, I'm able to combine it with something like a +4 to Rive. And look, I now have 30 points in Rive. So I'm able to take all these nodes that give me multiplicative modifiers, right? And then like Void Cleave, this is a melee skill, so I gain +5 here. Healing Hands, we turned it into a melee skill, so it gained +5 points. And we're also using Omnis for resistances, so that also gives you a +1 to all your skills. And these axes can go all the way up to +6 to your melee skills. So yeah, I know you like to play Forge Guard, man. Maybe check out Swordcatcher if you ever get a moment. One thing is we don't have 100% crit. I'm not a big fan of every third hit is a double crit. I like to have all my hits try and crit, so I would like to get one with melee critical strike multiplier on here, but I mean, this is a valid option. Every third attack gets double crit. Right. Yeah. There's multiple different things you can do. You can do this. You can get the double crit. I'm trying to go as much attack speed as possible. We also went down here. We're getting the scrap metal bonus. We're playing Void Knight, so we're getting the damage is tripled for echoes. Went down here. Since we have so many points now, I took first and second hits have an ignite chance, and then we gain 45% more damage against ignited enemies. They just have to be ignited. It doesn't depend on how many stacks they have. It just depends on the fact whether or not they're ignited. With 2 points here, your first strike is 100% chance. Since we have so much attack speed, we can actually apply like 4 or 5 stacks of ignite pretty quick. And then we're just chewing away with the damage. So like I said, this didn't feel as good, only having every third hit crit. But right now, without a lot of crit on the build, we're not critting that much anyway. You could also pair this with a Peak of the Mountain. That is a viable setup as well, but then you lose your health leech that you gain, because if you're critting all the time, you don't leech on crits. And the healing from Healing Hands is not as strong as it used to be. So against some bosses, I've been having issues. So I'm just playing around with it. Like I'm always tinkering. It's something that I do. I'm always like, oh, okay, let's try this. I mean, we might be better off with every third hit is a double crit chance. Right? Yeah. That's just messing around with it. There's a lot of possibilities here. That's a +5. That's a +10. We'll take that because we've already pushed one timeline to 500 corruption. So we can just kind of get an instant corruption boost. Hey, so QB, what have you been playing lately? Are you still playing Forge Guard? Yeah, Warpaths might have a couple of hardcore tunes. Right. Since you're playing hardcore, you probably have backups. Backups of the backups. Hey, what up, Air Dragon? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel, sir. Okay, so I have a tab just marked. And this is another weapon I want to mess around with. World Splitter. I think this can have a lot of possibilities as well. I have a few right here that I've worked with. Plus, I'm always on the hunt for Eternal Eclipse with LP. Oh, wait, are you talking about Eternal Eclipse? Dude. Bro, Eternal Eclipse. Oh, I got more of these. Bro, look. I got the tab of shame. All my failed slams trying to get melee critical strike chance. This was my chase item. Oh, hey, what up, Elden Cash Lord? I'm playing Ballista Falconer. It just feels good. Hey, how's it going over there on YouTube, man? This was my chase item. Hey, what up, Zakis? How's it going, brother? This is my chase item last cycle. I tried to get an Eternal Eclipse with melee critical strike chance. I actually made a build that I called the Master Yi build because chat named it that because I was attacking so fast. And I did what you're talking about with the Void Fire. You combine it because you get both 50%, right? Because every 2 seconds your next fire melee attack gets a whole bunch of flat void. And then every 2 seconds your next void melee attack gets a whole bunch of flat fire. It kind of doesn't really work, right? If you're a void build, you're getting all this flat fire, but when you take that node in void cleave and you're getting a 50-50, sure, you're scaling with both at 50%, but that's still a huge, massive amount of flat damage that you get on Eternal Eclipse. It is bonkers the amount of damage you get with just that one void cleave every 2 seconds, man. I have crit with Eternal Eclipse well over 200,000 at Corruption 600. I have critted well over 200,000 at Corruption 600 with an Eternal Eclipse. The thing is, the crits are so inconsistent if you don't have melee critical strike chance. I've been having so much trouble. I have never gotten one with a T6 or T7 melee critical strike chance. How do I have so many uniques? I play the game a decent amount and I'm Circle of Fortune. So I get a lot of uniques. I don't necessarily get a lot of good uniques. You know what I'm saying? I do typically push Corruption as high as I can on certain builds. My last build, Void Cleaver Racing Strike, I released a video on it yesterday. I always do a Void Cleaver Racing Strike build every cycle, and I pushed it to 490. It was probably my most budget Void Cleaver Racing Strike video to date. Because I only played it for like a week. Gonna fade into the shadows, brother. Good luck with the build. Great catching up with you. Yeah, it's always great to see you, QB. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't followed QB1 Junkie, man, this guy goes hard in the paint. Appreciate the lurk on Last Epoch. And this guy plays hardcore. If you're over here on Twitch, drop QB1 Junkie a follow. We gave him a shout out earlier. I hope that you followed him. We also get a lot of useless set items. Had to take them on the loot filter. When do you start seeing more exalted gear? Elden Cash Lord, are you playing Circle of Fortune or Merchant's Guild? Because as a Circle of Fortune player, it's this node right here. It's rather high up there now, but rank 11 items that would drop as rare have a 25% chance of becoming exalted. Okay, so you're at rank 5, so you have a 35% chance for double rewards from Monolith Echoes. So the main way you're going to be finding a lot of exalteds are going to be through your prophecies, and when you're doing the monoliths, you're going to want to try and look for the exalted gear little tabs on the echoes themselves. That will be your reward. But you start to see a lot more right here. You start to see a lot more exalteds when you get rank 11. Items that would drop as rare have a 25% chance of becoming exalted. That's when you start seeing these. And then stuff like double T7 affix chance really, kicks in. Like, this is really nice. I do think, I think this is awesome, but I do think that this should probably be switched with this. Like, when they tune this even more, I do think they should take the rank 11 and switch it to rank 9 and take the rank 9 and switch it over to 11. Yeah, so you'll start seeing a lot more at that point because you're just playing. But until then, the main way you're going to be seeing a lot of those is pushing corruption, but also your prophecies and the rewards from the monoliths themselves. We also get a lot of useless set items. That's true. I mean, I used to be a lot more critical of set items, Zakis, but I've grown to find that a few of them actually have some viability even in the end game. Some of them have some viability in the end game. Not all of them. A lot of them are just kind of like, eh. And what ends up happening is it's not the entire set either. Killed Fatty. Oh, well done, Jolteon. It's not the entire set either. Like, I've seen in-game, like, Werebear caught, Cold Dot Werebear will use, like, 2 Shattered Lances, right? They'll use these 2 shards. They won't use this. They'll use these 2. Because you get a huge amount of flat melee cold damage and increased melee cold damage and freeze rate multiplier. Right? They'll just use 2 of these. Bam, bam. Siam sucks in ARPG. It wrecks gearing. Yeah, because they can go, like, they can either be completely useless, not that useful, or so OP that all you do is use sets. It's hard to find a balance with sets. I will say I do like the way that last Epoch has handled sets. I do think they need a little bit more oomph, right? Like last cycle I did a build that chat named Voidstorm. And it used Defiance of the Forgotten Knight and Blade of the Forgotten Knight. Have you tried the Javelin Smite Paladin? Hey, what up, DM Renegade? Don't think I have. What's up with Javelin Smite Paladin? With Javelin, I have done banner, and then you take battle standard, and then you take all the points you can here, but it's always been like a supplemental. Like if you're doing like Warpath Smite or like Hammer Smite, you take this for the extra damage you get per attunement. You know, you get like 2% increased damage per attunement. And then you throw this down, and sure, you're doing like some extra smites, but it's supplemental. It's not like this is your main attack. What you're describing kind of sounds like my main attack. So what's that one all about? I want to support last Epoch, but I don't like none of the armor sets. Oh, are you talking about cosmetics? You talking about the cosmetic sets? I think this one's pretty nice. You get this one from the Ultimate Edition or something. I want to try a Javelin build, but I haven't looked too much into it. I haven't messed around with Javelin too much. Like, I think this one's nice. The back piece, it kind of... Yeah, I like the one you're wearing. Yeah, you get this one from, like, the Deluxe or the Ultimate Edition. There's a few other ones. Like, I like this one. Like, I think this one looks pretty cool, right? And it even comes with an alternate helmet. You could also do it with this. I think this helmet's fine. This is probably one of my favorite sets. Like, I think that, like, if I'm ever playing a if I'm ever playing like a hammered in, I think this one's pretty good. It doesn't come with this back piece, but I found this back piece really kind of goes with it. Yeah, but if I'm ever playing hammered in, this is my go-to set. I don't know. It feels like I'm a holy knight. Yeah, I like this one. And then whenever I'm doing like some sort of melee void cleave build, I feel like I'm like some sort of like Ronin samurai type guy. And then I use the autumn wrap. I mean, you can use the merchant's cape if you played in cycle 1 and got the Twitch drop. But I don't know. This kind of feels more humble. The autumn wrap, you kind of have more of a humble look, if that makes sense. Oh, the backpack is great. I never got the backpack. The eye back attachment? Which eye back? I have a couple. Like, I have this one. I thought this one was kind of cool. And then I have this one. So Zakis, you really think this is the only good looking one? You don't think this? You don't think the Argentum set is just like hot? Like this doesn't, like, you do not like this? Like, bruh. This screams Paladin. Oh, okay. You're talking about that one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I couldn't bring myself to spend $50 just for a back piece. I think the night sets look weird. This is hot, man. Yeah, but I'm not playing Paladin. I mean, you can even customize this one, though. Like, you don't like the helmet? Like, check this out. You can put this one on and get some nice little fire vibes going. This one is definitely... Oh, whoa, hold up. Okay, this one looks kind of weird, but I mean, I kind of like it now. Not gonna lie, chat. Let's all agree to disagree on that one. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. It is certainly subjective. I will say this, though, Zakis, I do think all skins look too bulky. KB with the $5 super chat. Appreciate it, man. You're just, I get it. You're just trying to feed my cosmetic addiction. That's fine. I appreciate it. Still unsure if I want to run my dual wielded with shield. I'm not sure if I want to run my build. Build. There we go. I was missing a key piece. There's a flower back attachment that looks okay as well. Oh, yeah. That was one of the recent Twitch drops. If there's one thing Diablo does right, it's cosmetics. I have to agree with you, Eldon. I do think the cosmetics in Diablo do look better. I do think that the cosmetics in Last Epoch need a little bit of work. They got a couple banners. I feel like the Ronin set, the one I'm using right now, is almost universally praised. There's a lot of mixed opinions on the other ones. You should see. I should see your Fortnite locker. Oh my! I mean, I have some skins on my Fortnite locker, but it's probably nothing compared to yours. The only thing Diablo 4 got better than Last Epoch. I will agree with you on that, DM Renegade. Like, hold up. Had a picture here. Thought I had it in that folder. Maybe I put it into this one. No. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Like, here's one of the skins. Here's what my barbarian looks like in Diablo. Like, and this is not even doing it justice, because in game there's like little fire embers coming off of the horns here. Yeah, like this one was pretty hot. What about this one? I like this one. I didn't like the helmet it came with, so I used just one of the in-game, like one of the transmog helmets. But this is kind of the same thing, this like little claw pattern here in Diablo. You see like fires and like sparks, embers coming off. The eyes glow. I thought this was a really nice one. Diablo definitely did a good job with their transmog. But in terms of gameplay, Last Epoch is king. You have all the barbarian skins. Have a good stream. Off to work. Catch you later, KB. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I'm gonna give that a heart. Appreciate it, my dude.
Do that.
The Lancer's power is exhilarating. No, you're just a human, a worm.
He paid for his arrogance. You will do the same.
No, we'll keep the glove drop rate. It's actually really good balance between Diablo and Path of Exile. More complex than Diablo and way less complex than Path of Exile. Yeah, for sure. Last Epoch and Path of Exile, I feel like that those players have a lot of overlap, but I don't see as much overlap between Path of Exile and Diablo players. And it's the same thing. There's a lot of overlap between Last Epoch and Diablo players. I don't see as much overlap between Diablo and Path of Exile players. It is truly the happy middle ground. Fingers. The new Path of Exile League on Friday is going to be epic. That announcement was the GOAT. Yeah, man. Anybody who likes Path of Exile, you're eating good, man. If you play Path of Exile, you're eating good. See, overlap. I'm sure you're right, Air Dragon. Jolteon, I got the GOAT Barb set on my main character on Diablo. Nice. I have an item with plus strength on it with LP, and I try smash it with something else with plus strength. Is there any chance it will take it, or will it just take the other stats? No, there's a chance. For sure. If it already has strength on there and you slam it and try and get more strength, you have a chance. It's not going to be all like, okay, we see here that this item has strength, and the item that you're trying to combine with already has strength as well. Well, since the base item already has strength, that one's out. Yeah, no. Because if that was the case, Zakis, people could actually use that to their advantage. Does that make sense? You can try and engineer your rolls better. If you're like, wait, it already has this on here. According to Last Epoch, an item can't have double affix, right? If it already gives strength, it can't also have another strength from an exalted. And so people can engineer it that way to get like amazing slams on 1 and 2 LP items. Think about it. You got something that has, let's just throw out there, health, percent health, and strength. And you're thinking, oh, okay, well, according to Last Epoch, you can't have exalted affixes of the same type that's already on a unique. So let me get really good, or just affixes. Let me get really good T7 affixes. And then just throw on a tier 1 strength, tier 1% health in our example. Then slam it. And then you automatically get the guaranteed other two because of that. No, that doesn't exist. I'm in the minority, but I actually like the simplicity of Diablo, but I'm also not a hardcore ARPG player. I like Diablo a lot. I was saddened by season 1 of Diablo 4, but I came back and not season 4, season 1, but I came back after a 2-season hiatus and I played season 4. I went into it, and the VOD is actually on this channel. Boy, when I went back and played Diablo, I literally just put in the title, Last Epoch Streamer Plays Diablo 4. And I was fully expecting to play it for one day, realize it's still the same old Diablo, and put it down. I played it for a month. I streamed that game for a month. I got 3 different characters to level 100. I had a blast. I pushed the pit to like 115 before they made it easier. I had a great time. Yeah, Bike bought several sets of Bleen and D4, so yeah, he played it a little. Yeah. That was starting to become a running trend. Not every time I went live, but if I went live, I would say there was a 1 in 4 chance I had a new skin because... Well, at one point they had a sale on Barbarian skins, and Barbarian is what I played the most in season 4. And so I had to buy half of them that were on sale, man. It was ridiculous. It was just like deal after deal, like, oh my gosh. And the battle pass in like, I hope more game companies copy the Diablo style battle pass, right? Like, just play the game, get tons of rewards, and it not take forever and a day to level it. Like, by the time I was hitting level 100 or a little over it, let's skip this song. Hold up. I was maxed out on the battle pass. And like, I wasn't like, oh, okay, battle pass done, bye. I was like, okay, cool. I got all this stuff. Let's use it. And then I'm playing different characters because I want to see what that armor set looks like on a different character. Like, it looks cool on Barbarian. How's it look on Druid? Oh, it looks great on Druid. How's it look on Rogue? Oh. Yeah, Diablo's definitely making strides, and I think they'll learn from this the next Diablo they make. So, in an interview, Rod Ferguson, he's the GM of the Diablo franchise. Ooh. He stated, and I kind of don't get this. He said they thought players wanted more like a Diablo 4. How do you put it? He felt like players would want more of a Diablo 2 grind. Like, just stay in the game, play one character, and grind it out. I feel like that's not being very genuine because they made... See, Diablo 4's kind of got some weird things. Like, the first 50 levels, you get the skill tree in Diablo. What's the skill tree in Diablo? Extremely simple. Super simple. There's no Diablo 2 influence on it whatsoever. Then you get to the Paragon system, which is kind of simple, but can be really complex if you really want to min-max it. So it kind of had, what's the word? There's kind of a pool in it that didn't make sense. Like, they had this really simple first 50 levels, and then the last 50 with the Paragon system. It felt like there wasn't any cohesion there. You went from this really simple, take this, and then you can upgrade it if you want, and you can pick this and this, or this and this. Ain't no way I ever not looked at a guide. You see, the first couple builds I did for Diablo 4, I did my own Paragon board. But then I was like, okay, I've done my own Paragon board. Let's go see what other people have done. Bruh. I realized after looking at what, like, you know, people who really understand the Paragon system in that game, I realized I was way off. I would take like 4 boards. I've seen people with like 6 boards, 7 boards even. Dude. Let's put this in the Nemesis tab. I can't lie, I don't like the Paragon board system all that much. Your Druid from last season used 7. Yeah, passive points are just so much better. it just kind of felt like it was at odds with itself. You had such a simple skill tree, and then all of a sudden, Paragon. Rare nodes is king. Is it just me, or is it getting an Omnis that doesn't have a resist below 30% really hard to get? Always won like 3% that tanks the item. Yeah, I kind of had the same issue. Like, look, 44, cold resistance 2, then 28, 39, 14, 21. Now, the necrotic and poison are not that bad because we're playing Void Knight. Void Knight typically likes vitality. What does vitality give you? Necrotic and poison resistance. So, yeah, losing that cold resistance, I'm not gonna lie, chat, I didn't want to invest too much in my idols, so I'm at 59% cold resistance, and then I got a 32% poison resistance when I put this into the nemesis. Okay, there we go. We're at 429. Passive points are just so much better. I like the passive point system. I just like the system of Last Epoch more than Diablo. Because the understanding of it is it could be a little daunting at first, but the difficulty choice in learning it, after you learn how it works on its surface by like level 10 or 15, then you have full understanding for the rest of your playthrough. It's not like Diablo where you catch on by like level 2. Like, oh, that makes sense. And then you get to the Paragon system, and you're like, huh? Yeah, I do like the Last Epoch system vastly more than the Diablo system. It's also like, I'm not gonna lie, chat, like I did 2 build guides for Diablo. And brah, man, that Paragon system, trying to translate that over, like, because Diablo doesn't have an API like Last Epoch. So if you go to something like d4builds.gg, you can do your full planner there, but you got to input everything in manually, which when you're doing your Paragon system, like, can be kind of daunting, and you can't just look at it and just put the points in there, because what if somebody's not level 100? You want to make sure they're taking the points in the right direction and taking the boards when you want them to take the boards. It was just I'm sure if I played Diablo 4 a lot more, it wouldn't be as daunting, but as somebody who's only done like 2 builds on there, yeah. So the trick to all the meta top and min-max Paragon builds is picking good rare nodes and then pathing to them in unique ways. The Paragon board is D4's attempt to have a PoE skill tree, but not. Was the highest corruption I've ever pushed 1,000. It was either 1,200 or 1,150. And I did that last cycle because I was playing Divine Bolt. Divine Bolt it wasn't bugged, but it was seriously overtuned. So I got to that high of corruption, and it was basically like, okay, what's the point anymore? It's like, sure, I'm getting a ton of favor, but I mean, like, I'm good, man. And so I stopped. I didn't try to min-max or anything after that. I'm like, yeah, guys, I pushed 1,200 corruption with this build. Here you go. I just say 1,200 corruption. I don't remember if I actually literally hit 1,200 corruption. I might have hit 1,150, but when you're that high of corruption, what's 50? Your druid from last season used 7 Paragon boards. I'm trying to think what my barbarian build did. I used Rob's build. Like, Rob's bash barbarian build was like king for season 4. I leveled up using Whirlwind, and Whirlwind was a ton of fun. It's got to be one of my favorite builds in Diablo 4 right now until they actually put something like a paladin in the game. But the thing is, I know it got buffed, but it got buffed after I stopped playing Diablo and came back to last Epoch. So, and then they made the pit easier, so that's something else. Like, I was having trouble pushing 70 in the pit, then I switched to Bash. I pushed to like 115. Like, okay, this is good. Hey, what up, Space Trucker? There's people pushing 8,000 corruption run, detonating arrow. Yeah, yeah. I hope they're having fun. That's what I love about last Epoch. Like, you can do something like that since the difficulty is endless. If that is something that's fun to you, push to your heart's content. Typically for me, here's my criteria for successful builds. Criteria 1, is it fun and can it do 200 corruption? If it can't do 200 corruption, even if it's fun, I don't like, it needs to be able to do at least 200 corruption for me to be a successful build, because that's when you can choose all of your blessings, right? You get the max amount of blessing choices. So if you can't do that, and you've like spent a lot of time on the build and you've invested into it, it just can't cut it. Sorry, it's just not a build for me. So if you can do 200 corruption and is it fun, successful build. Well, 300 now to get the Harbies in Aberoth. It really depends, because now you got different categories for what you're looking for in a build. Like Void Cleaver Racing Strike, I pushed to 500 corruption. I killed all the Harbingers. It was abysmal against Aberoth. I couldn't even get him to the second phase. It's just it didn't have enough damage to do it, and there was dots all over the ground, and it was a full melee build. So I was doing 490, 500 corruption. I was killing the Harbingers. I was killing the Monolith bosses, but it sucked against Aberoth. Does that mean it wasn't a successful build, depending on your criteria? To me, it was, but it's going to depend on the criteria. So base criteria is 200 corruption and is it fun? Next criteria is, can it do 300 corruption and farm with any like relative speed? Playing melee at all against Aberoth is rough, and that's all I've done, Haxor. All I've done is melee against Aberoth. I haven't done any sort of, well, no, that's false. I went into Legacy and I got onto my Smite and Ignite Hammerden build, which I feel last cycle before the Smite changes would have smoked Aberoth, but now that I can only proc 10 smites per 2 seconds, that ruins like my windows for just dumping a bunch of damage on him and then getting out. Because Hammerden with the spiral hammers, sure, it's ranged, but to get the max amount of damage, you got to be like right on his doorstep, just spamming your hammers. It's a quasi melee build. The only thing is you can back away and still be doing damage, but your DPS goes down the further you get away from him, right? With Hammerden. And so I fought him in Legacy on that build. I got him to final phase, but it's either skill issue or it's just the build isn't viable anymore because the cap on how many smites you can do. Join the dot club, play the lock. Yeah. It's easier to dodge his crap if you're up in his grill. You see, the other day, Zakis, I took the build I'm playing right now. Obviously, it's not as tuned per se. I did get him to final phase, but that's what was killing me, was getting up in his grill, because he would like throw down like one of his dot pools and then I'd be sitting on it and I'd be dead. It would just now I think once I get enough dot mitigation, I got one piece right here, right? If I can get another piece right here in the gloves, and if I can ever get off of Anchor of Oblivion and use like a Sentinel relic, you get 24% here. If you do it right with the Eternal Gauntlets, you can get a ton. Right? If you do it right with Eternal Gauntlets. So something like this, or I have another pair. Hold up. This. So this goes up to 24%. Armor mitigation also applies against damage over time. And then if you can seal a T5, T4, T5, you can really stack the amount of armor mitigation on your on this. And then if you're using like a Champion's Regalia instead of like a Titan Heart, and then if you're using the Sentinel relic like this, and you also get like these go all the way up to 30%. You're using all 4 of those or just 3 of those, bro. Almost all of your armor at that point is going to apply to dots. Is it even possible to seal more than T3? I've sealed a T4 with the glyph of I've sealed a T4 with the glyph of despair, but the affixes, those particular affixes, the experimental affixes, you have a lot easier time sealing a tier 5, because what it does is it's an automatic seal. Let's go to the crafting materials. Seals an experimental affix on the item. It just automatically seals it no matter what tier it is. So you can even technically have, like, if you got a T6, T7 experimental affix to drop, you can seal it. Because the Rune of Research is an automatic seal. Whereas the Glyph of Despair is a chance to seal, but you can seal any affix with the Glyph of Despair, but you have a lot better chance if it's lower. I've sealed T4s before, but I'm telling you, man, that is the ultimate YOLO. Like, there's a high percentage chance that this will fail, and I won't seal this, and it'll just level it up, and then I'm stuck with whatever that is, and if it's something I don't want, ouch. But I have done it before. I have sealed a T4. You can't seal the T5 with this, unlike the Rune of Research, which is an automatic seal, but only works on experimental affixes. I like that, though. Join the Dot Club, play Lock. Yeah, it seems like Warlock and probably Mage are going to have... They probably have the easiest times. Oh, what? Jeez, homie just was like, you dead. Chthonic Fissure is a really great skill. You know, here's the thing. I haven't played Warlock. Though it looks like a lot of fun. All those dots, it looks like a lot of fun. How much damage do I need for that much corruption? What you got to worry about at higher corruption is survivability. I mean, I guess you can make the argument if you kill them fast enough, then what, you know, you don't need survivability, but right. If you dodge all the attacks, you don't need health. Sure. Sure. They did give you an evade. Yeah.
I cannot do that. Stand down or die.
Jeez. Do you have a build guide for the one you're playing right now? I do not, Ron, but I have something similar. That is to max roll, which is kind of the same concept as this, but we're using Sword Catcher instead of Apathy's Maw. I'm messing around with it. I could just completely switch over to whatever that build guide is, and then I'd probably be fine, but I wanted to try and make Sword Catcher work because Sword Catcher has a lot of possibilities. I do think we've kind of maybe flown a little too close to the sun on this one. I'm going to lower the corruption. Well, it's 4 a.m., so I'm off to bed. See you around, mate. Good luck on Aberoth. Appreciate it. Cool, man. Thanks a bunch. You're very welcome, Ron.
Stand down or die.
Maybe we should go with this. Okay, so what was that? That was 3, 1, 2. That's 6 points. So if I do 1, 1, 3, that's 5. I can put 1 down there. Nice. Okay. I'm tinkering, chat. Are you serious? Oh my god. Freaking with the stuns, man. Okay. We got 1 point. We can put it into focus strike. Yeah, melee is a lot harder if you're trying to push.
Stand down or die.
Yeah, I've only ever done the Void Cleaver Racing Strike at high corruption, so to speak. So all right, cool. So now we're only gonna crit with that. Now, I guess what we could also do is we could. Okay. So what's Iron Blade? Physical and melee. Okay. We hit an enemy with vengeance. You have a chance. I don't know how good this would be though. You can deal double damage with the Iron Blade. Okay, so we could also take, we're not going to need essence. You can take the attack speed, you can take the riposte, Dark Duelist, Bolster. Vengeance hits deal more damage against enemies that are already damaged. Okay. Okay, so this is... Okay, so 5, 5, 5, that's 15, 16, 5, it's 21, 22. Already 22 points deep. 23, 24, 25, 26. Would be maxed out here. So if we had a +3 to Vengeance, we could also do Vital Puncture. Okay, so I do have something like this. Strength and vengeance. 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 Okay, so I do have 2 helms that could give me a +3. We could mess around. We could mess around with this. Okay, let's... Oh, jeez. YOLO! Okay. Okay, I mean, this could be a start. Okay, do I have Vengeance set up in my loot filter? Yes, I do. Okay. So I could do this and get super tanky. And then I could wear whatever I want here. So if I can get a good Titan Heart, I could use that. Like, if I could slam a Titan Heart with 24 strength, bruh. I have 19, 18, 18. So I could use something like that. I also have something like this available. Also have something like this. Okay. We could mess around with Vengeance. Rive is so much faster and DPS than a racing strike. It is, but here's my main thing with it. The cool thing about something like a racing strike is you normally do a lot of damage with one bonk, but then you got to kind of set up the next bonk. So it's cool to get in, do one bonk, and then get out. Whereas Rive, you literally just got to stand there and let it ramp up for a moment or two, and then your damage starts going insane. I've died multiple times to stuff that just cleave right through me. Yeah, we reacted to that video on the channel. The video had been up like an hour. And somebody was like, yo, check this out. I'm like, okay. So I pulled it up. I'm like, Jesus. Yeah, from what chat was saying, it sounds like the Phantom grips, which the guy used 2 of those, they were bugged. They're supposed to only use like the stats from your gloves for the minions, but it's using all of your armor, and he was using 2 of them. I don't know if that stacks by default, but it seems like there was a bug going on for sure. Yeah, that video is definitely getting some traction. Which is cool, because that dude had like 2 subscribers. Forge Guard Redemption, I know, right? Okay. So we have a 24% chance. Let's look up Siphon. %14 chance. We could try using this, get a little extra crit.
I cannot do that. Stand down or die. Stand down or die.
Vengeance is eternal!
Jeez, man. We could also try something with multi-strike, because multi-strike gets a chance to... You can actually increase its base crit. And then it would boost the frick out of Void Cleave. And then you can boost its attack speed. Okay. Let's try this vengeance thing. Eh. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I could do that one, or I could do something like... Well, that one is serviceable. I think I'm gonna want strength. So we do have this possibility. Right, I couldn't get rid of that. Right, I remember. It's probably our best shot. Okay, our health's not too bad. Okay. Okay. Vengeance will be at 29. Okay. Let's try Vengeance. Might have to change the skill tree a little bit. Like this flat. Okay, your melee attacks. Your melee attacks. Okay, Time Rot. We're not going to need the Time Rod as much. What up, what up? Hey, what up, Juan, over on YouTube? Okay, we can use that. We can use the physical damage. We're not going to need all that flat melee. Time Rot is serviceable. Damage on kill, damage on kill. Okay. I mean, I do like the movement speed. I mean, we do have some skills that can benefit from this. It's probably stupid, right? I mean, honestly, at this point, I might as well dip into the Forge Guard tree. Pick up something like Champion of the Forge. Yeah.
Hello, traveler.
Okay. No. We're not going full Forge Guard. We're gonna dip into Forge Guard. Bleed chance with an axe. Don't really need that. Increase armor when hit. Don't need that. Yeah, we can pick up. Right, how many points do we got to spend? Oh my gosh. So I'm going to have to. Okay. Let's.
Hello, traveler.
See what I can spend.
Well on you.
23 points. So 23 points in Forge Guard. Okay, what do I have to spend to get up to here? 2. I have to spend 7 points? Okay, I guess that's not terrible. Right, it would have to say something like impact affects you and your minions. Okay, I guess that's serviceable, but we are kind of slow now, aren't we? 44% ain't too bad. Was this the timeline we were working on, Stolen Lands? Okay. Yeah, it's not like D4. Yeah, in D4, just right from the get, you automatically share everything. It has to be something like, you know, either has to say minion, so your minions get it, or something for like this, for you and your minions. Oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, shoot.
Stand down or die.
Okay. Oh, I don't have Dark Blade yet. Or Iron Blade yet. Okay, that makes sense. So it's going to give me a 20% chance. So... Okay, so we have a 20% chance to attack with Iron Blade. And when we attack with Iron Blade, there's a 45% chance the damage will double. And then we have 60% multiplicative damage against damaged enemies. Okay. I mean, the one thing I noticed in that fight, like, I was tanky as hell. I was tanky as hell, man. And that was with Vengeance with no levels, though. I mean, it had some levels, but we hadn't added any more levels from leveling. Honestly, the main thing I'm noticing is I'm still just doing ungodly amounts of damage with... What the... Is that the Iron Blade? That's hideous. Yeah, honestly, all my damage is coming from Void Cleave. It's not coming from Vengeance. Man, it's so underwhelming. Now, obviously, I don't have a 100% chance to crit, so... Man, Vengeance is just so underwhelming. What am I doing wrong here? Maybe we shouldn't mess with Iron Blade. Maybe we should mess with this. I mean, this gives us another set of multiplicative modifiers. I just think the base damage on Vengeance is so low. The Iron Blade felt so underwhelming. It doesn't even scale with strength. It just scales with melee damage. Well, and physical if we had it. And its damage does not scale with this. So it doesn't scale with Executioner. It only scales with something like Vital Punches. Okay, yeah, so what if we took out the 7 points we got here? Okay, so Smelter's Vengeance gives you a fire resistance shred. Okay. Okay, so 3 points, 2 point. Oh, okay, so we can put 4 points. So instead of doing something with Iron Blade, we could put it down here. Is poison or bleed better in terms of damage and scaling? I've messed around with bleed. I haven't messed around with poison. Let's look. I mean, I guess it depends. What class are you playing? So we have a 75% bleed chance. Because here's the thing about I mean, here's the thing about poison, though. When you poison an enemy, you also reduce their poison resistance. Right? Whereas with bleed, you don't reduce any resistance. You have to find it somewhere else. So if you're just like budget gearing, you're probably better off with poison. I guess it also depends on what you're building. Like, you know, for something like Sentinel or like, let's say Beastmaster, we like axes. A lot of axes come with a high chance to bleed on melee hit, right? Okay. Yeah, the Iron Blade felt very underwhelming. I think the shred poison resist explains why poison nemesis wrecks. But yeah, no. That's why poison is one of the just deadliest dots to receive as a player, because it's the only dot that I'm aware of that also shreds your resistance to that dot. Because, you know, our armor doesn't affect dots unless you're using something like this, right? Decayed Skull. Or the gloves, or champion regalia, or if you're on Sentinel right here. Normally your armor doesn't apply to that. The only thing protecting you against dots is your resistances. And since poison shreds your resistance, it is super deadly. Yeah, poison builds are meta. Okay, let's try Vengeance with the Shred. Because honestly, the only reason why this is doing any damage whatsoever is because Void Cleave. Okay, so then I want to take that, and then I want to max out Faint Strike. That'll be 2 multiplicative modifiers. Yeah, but so far Vengeance just feels very underwhelming compared to Rive. It's just way more survivable. Okay. Okay, now it's feeling a little bit better. It's feeling a little bit better, chat. I think Iron Blade needs a serious rework, man. And they just added that in Cycle 1.0, and it already feels bad. And then we're just doing just insane damage with Void Cleave, man. The Bleed Cleave is real. I mean, is there an argument to be made? Let's put this here for now. Is there an argument to be made that keeping the fire resistance might actually be a fire resistance shred might be a good idea? Because we're doing fire damage with Seraph Blade with healing hands. I mean, is the damage even good? Like, okay. And now scales when melee damage instead of spell damage, and effects on this tree that granted spell damage now grant melee damage. So melee damage, melee damage, melee damage if we were stacking healing effectiveness. Melee damage, melee damage. Okay. Oh, no doorbell. Isn't there like vengeance idols? What do they do? Increased damage with vengeance. So maybe I should be trying to fit some of these into the build. Increased damage with vengeance. Increased damage with vengeance. Yeah, maybe I should be stacking some of these. Okay. Physical damage over time. That actually that is a little harmonious with what we're building. I mean, block effectiveness. Oh well. Okay. Chance to shred armor on melee hit. Nice. Fire damage over time. No. Physical damage over time. Okay, that goes hand in hand with the bleed. Okay, let's just use that because that's higher. Okay, that one's... So that's a 53%, 46%, 39%, 48%. Hey, what up, Cold Brew? We're trying out Vengeance. Okay, so we got 53, 46, 39, 48. Do we have anything higher than 39? We have a 41. There's a 2% difference, and this one gives me an armor shred chance. Physical damage over time. Okay, this one I might be inclined to use over that just because we have a lot of bleed. And this one gives me flat out health, but can't wait to slam it. Bro, I hit the jackpot with a nemesis. It showed me a no LP decayed skull and popped out with a 4 LP. Oh my gosh. Okay, and what if we used Throne? Throne of Ambition. Because we are doing some fire damage. So what are we at right now? Throne might be kind of hard to swing. Might be hard to include Throne in here. Well, no, we can do something like that. Okay, cool. Okay, we can do something like that. We throw on that one necrotic resistance. Cold. Okay, you know what? I'll live with that. Yeah, I can't believe you got a 4 LP, man. Dude, I was freaking out when I got this 3 LP, dude. 4 LP. Insane. Okay. Let's try this now now that we got these vengeance idols here.
I cannot do that.
Oh, jeez. From the Wingari Spire. Yeah, thanks for nothing. Okay, let's take this. Let's convert this into physical shred.
Stand down or die.
Yeah, it still feels a little underwhelming. Okay. I mean, maybe I gave up too soon on Iron Blade. So that's 4 points. That'll give me an Iron Blade. Okay, let's just try using Iron Blade without doubling the damage. I was happy with my 1 LP after I put it into the Nemesis.
Stand down or die.
I always think hammers will go out a bit further than they do before the spiral. What do you mean by that, Jolteon? Gave the World Splitter a Racing Strike build a try last night. Even farmed some gear for it. Had about 950 mana, but wasn't feeling it. It's slow, but it's kind of cool. Terrible for bossing. It wasn't the best bossing. Oh, I see what you... Yeah, you got to be like right on top of them, man. That's why I say spiral hammers, even though they're technically ranged, feel like they're a melee build. Because the further away from the target you are, the further away from the target you are, the less DPS you have. You got to be like right up on their grill plate. Like, say he's right here, you know, Add that to the tab of shame.
that. Don't do that.
And the only reason why I killed that was Void Cleave. Vengeance did nothing. Alright. Done messing around with Vengeance. We'll go back to what was working. Yeah, VK is a ton of fun. Hey, what up, Cyclone? Chilling, leveling new character. That's awesome. What are you playing? Shield Bash Paladin. Right on, man. It's slow to level, but you're hoping to make it a flawless boss killer. That's what I'm talking about. Shield Bash looks pretty cool. Oh, oops. Run away! Purple smites are... yeah. VK smite's a ton of fun. I'm having mana issues, but I think I'm using too many hammers. Jolteon, do you have any affixes on the ring that give you minus mana costs?
I cannot do that.
Oh yeah, we gotta redo the skill tree.
I cannot do that.
Oh jeez. No, not any yet. Been on the lookout for them. Can I tag along with anyone in high corruption for some levels? In-game name Cyclone 9. Okay, let's... There we go. Got this all set up again. $10 points for plus 10 melee physical damage. Is that worth? Burn Division Games, thank you for the raid. Give you a shout out there. Thank you for the raid. Dropped you a follow. Were you streaming last Epoch? You're very welcome. Much appreciated. You're very welcome, Bird. Yeah, you love last Epoch? Me too, man. Burn, thank you for the follow. What were you playing today, Burn? Druid build you've been working on? Sick. Druid build cycling between Swarmblade, Spriggan, Werebear with summon Spriggan, and Maelstrom. Nice. What do you want to turn into? Yes. Do you want to be a Werebear, Spriggan, or possibly a Werebear? Yes. Do you want to be Scyther? Do you want to be a bear? Do you want to be Volley Bear? Do you want to be Tree Man? Yes. Well, which one? Yes. Okay, so honestly, Spriggan can go either way, but Werebear goes Swarm and Swarm goes Spriggan. Right. Yeah, they can just cycle right into each other. You can keep your rage going. It's a harmonious pairing. Never human. Okay, so you know what, chat? I don't think this dip into Forge Guard is that bad. I don't think this is worth, though. Might be better to pick up, like, 2 of these health. Because I just want the plus 10. You've personally hated Spriggan form? Except after death, yes.
Hello, traveler.
Okay, so the oh yeah.
Hello, traveler.
Okay. Well, there's probably no point doing that. Let's put 1 point there. Health, stun avoidance, stun chance, the 32% health regen. Oh well. So you can actually do armor, but I wanted this. I feel like the crit is a good pickup. Then critical strike multiplier per 2 strength with a 2-hander. Okay. I need the crit, so 2 per 2 strength. So we're getting 15 critical strike multiplier. So that's replacing the critical strike multiplier well, that's not fully replacing the critical strike multiplier that we had here, but that does give us an option to
Do not worry.
regain some of it. Okay, so I mean, it's a scaling modifier. So if we could if I can get a pair of boots Like, if I could get a foot of the mountain with like 3 LP, I mean, 2 is fine, but slam it into something like this and get movement speed and frenzy. Heck, even forget the frenzy. If I can just get movement speed onto a pair of a pair of the foot of the mountain like this. I mean, losing the frenzy would suck. Losing the frenzy would suck, but we'd still be able to proc it if we ever parried a hit, right? What if... What if we got something like Blood of the Exile? Okay, so I have a pair of Blood of the Exile with +6 strength, and it comes with 11, and it already has 30% move speed. The only thing we're losing is health. We're losing a lot of health here. Yeah, but if I could get like a pair of Blood of the Exile with like 2 LP, bruh. Because that's just a flat 30%. So this is 40% movement speed. It's more than this. Okay, that's a lot of health to give up. But we gain more movement speed. You're not taking 2 LP Blood of the Exile. It's really not that hard. Took maybe 300,000 favor before you lay. Oh, right. I haven't messed around with Blood of the Exile yet. I have a couple pairs, but I only have one with 1 LP. I could start looking for it. I haven't really been looking for it. Yeah, because I'm thinking like T7 movement speed, T5 strength. Because what's this? This is a T4 strength. Because that amount of strength right there just gave us 8% more critical strike multiplier. I mean, it's not massive. It's giving us more armor. So we have less health, but more armor. We have dodge. We have a 2% dodge. I don't think it's coming from Blood of the Exile, but okay, we could try this. Addicted again? What a mouthful. What's what a mouthful? I'm going Swarmblade build right now. Yeah. What's a mouthful, Addicted? Everything I just said?
The Lance's power is Brighter than Rive himself.
Cannot do that.
Are you to a god? You are nothing. No, you're just a human. A worm.
Such ambition. For nothing. Die, worm. You are nothing.
Oh, okay, addicted. Yeah, sorry. I was struggling to say something. What a mouthful. Okay, I get it now. Yeah. But, since I didn't notice, it's like, joke's over. Sorry. I think one thing I wasn't thinking, I do need the frenzy because I lose all that extra damage. The plus 58 melee damage when I'm not in frenzy. So if I can get this experimental affix onto a pair of boots like Blood of the Exile, because all of this equals frenzy, which equals damage. So let's try that fight again. But with the frenzy boots.
The lands have you. Ha! You shall die trying. This lance will make me a god. Axe's power is exhilarating. Run, worms. I will burn brighter than Rive himself. What are you to a god? You are nothing. No, you're just human.
He paid for his arrogance. You will do the same. Coward! Fearless wings! Dodge this! Die, worm! Fearless wings! Dodge this! Die, worm!
I cannot do that.
Dodge this! Coward! Fearless wings! Die, worm!
I cannot do that.
Dodge this! Fearless wings! Nine worms.
Is there an armor cap? Yeah, I don't know what the exact there we go. What a mouthful. Burn, appreciate the lurk. Gotta get to bed. Appreciate the lurk, man. You take care. Thanks for the raid. I don't know what the exact number for the armor is, but I know that the most amount of damage reduction you can get with armor is 85%. Unlike Diablo, it is pretty difficult to hit that number. I've only hit it. Oh, same heading to bed. Catch a layer Juan over on YouTube. The only time I've ever hit the 85% was when I was playing Forge Guard. You know how he's got that passive, every time he gets hit, he gains armor. And then I stacked it with like 10 points here. So, you know, and I don't even know if that's possible anymore, because they put a cap on how many times this can stack. So it used to be gain 3% increased armor, last 10 seconds, stacks to infinitude. I could be wrong on this, but I think I do remember hitting like 100 stacks. I was getting hit so much, and the armor just went up, and that was the only time I ever hit the armor cap. Kurai Mori, thank you for the follow. over on Twitch. Okay. I mean, it sucks losing the movement speed. Oh, this is also... Jeez. We're getting blocked. I do not want critical strike avoidance. I'll live with it, I guess. Man, they got critical strike avoidance and glancing blow. Joe Breezy with 100 bits. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the likes over on YouTube, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Armor shred effect.
Cannot do that. I cannot do that.
%286 increased fire damage. What is that? That's like that's a T6. Sure, let's empower it. Why not?
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Oh, yes. Sure. Okay. That's a bunch of stuff I don't need. Yeah, unfortunately, I am getting a lot of poison resistance from this. I mean, let's just see. Yeah. Someday, when we can get our resistances in order, this could be a lot of fun. But till then, we stick with Omnis. Sweet. More slamming fodder.
I cannot do that.
I heard there's a trick to farm Omnis, get the Amulet Drop Blessing combined with the Harbinger COF upgrades. Yeah, that makes sense. Only don't force so far and nothing, but someone said they got 2 in like 8 runs. I had several Omnis by the end of last cycle, so what you're saying makes sense. Cool. Can you guys like just chill out for a second so I can look at this loot? Damage while channeling. Sure. Well, dang. Increase elemental damage. Critical strike multiplier. Chance to ignite. Fire pin. Man, dang, man. Bruh. Bruh. And it comes with fire, and they already put fire pin on there for me. I'm already seeing it now, chat. We're gonna play the sorcerer, and all we're gonna do is fireball. Oh, because I got a T6. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here for tonight. I'll be back again tomorrow. We are streaming a little bit earlier each day this week. Instead of starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, we're starting at 5 p.m. Pacific. If you're here on Twitch, we are raiding Scourge. Dude raided us yesterday. Great guy. Very involved. This dude's doing 1,000 corruption right now as a warlock. So go over there, say hi, send him our love, and then I'll be back again tomorrow. Hope to see you guys all soon. Let's see what you guys are saying, though. GG's bye. Catch you later. Thanks for the stream. You are most welcome. All right. If you're over here on Twitch, say hi to Scourge for us. Catch you guys later. Peace. All right, YouTube. Thanks for rocking with me today, guys. Thank you so much for the likes. Really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be back again tomorrow with more Swordcatcher Rive. In the meantime, you guys take care. Nice staff. See you later. See you later, Peter. That's my name, by the way. I'm Peter. Peter. Love it. Anyway, you take care, bro. Catch you later. Bye.